It's Saturday. It's almost 2 o'clock, um, which is late for me to do a live stream. I got AAA coming. Two, well, I don't know what they're going to do. They're either going to jumpstart my car, tell me if it can hold a charge, um, or give me a brand new battery, depending. And we'll see. I was a bit of a quandary with my car. I inherited a car. Sold my car, thinking like 2020, 2021, just around the COVID time. Um, there was something the matter with it where it wouldn't pass the emissions. It would have cost me more to fix than it was actually worth. Um, so I ended up selling it to a friend. And then um, I had my dad's car. And since the only reason I was really driving was taking my dad to the doctors, that was fine. You know, trips to the store, stuff like that. If I drive anywhere, it's usually with Mocha. She enjoys driving much more than I do. Her car is much cleaner than my car. Um, but when my father passed away, I inherited his car. But the executor of the will was sick. It took well over almost 3 years, coming up in 3 years, to finally get it in my name. So I couldn't do anything with it. And inadvertently, the insurance that I was paying for with my father ran out. Um, and I couldn't register it. So it's been a mess, is basically what I'm saying, is that it's been a mess. Hopefully, the mess is clearing up. It's been a bit of an expensive mess, which sucks. Um, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. One of one of the issues that I'm having is, well, I have lots of I have lots of issues. Obviously, one of the issues that I'm having right now is I'm low on gas. So even if I got it, and I can't drive because my tags are expired, so I can't really charge. It might be better just to go ahead and get a new battery right off the bat. I'm not sure how much it's going to cost. Um, so that's my story. I'm waiting for. That's why I have about 30 minutes to do a live stream as I talk to a representative from AAA. It is AAA, or is it two A's? I don't remember. um, and they said it would be about 32 to 42 minutes. So I thought, you know what? Let me give a quick live stream to keep my live stream muscles handy and in shape. Obviously, as you can tell, I like doing the same thing every day. I like doing it at the same time every day, which is odd behavior for me. I know. So you no need to leave a comment saying, "Man, that's really odd behavior." I already know. Um, it wasn't always like this. I used to be fly by the seat of the fly by the seat of the pants kind of guy. Um, Here's the odd thing. I literally do the same thing every time at, hey Adam, how are you? Um, Literally do the same thing every day at the same time, almost. Very seldom does it deviate. A little bit here and there, and yet it feels so much more spontaneous to me nowadays than when I was a fly by the seat of the pants type of guy. Why is that? I don't know. I think that I feel in tune with the spontaneity of life itself. Everything simply arising, falling back, arising, falling back. Nothing is ever the same, even if it seems the same. Nothing, including me. I wake up in the morning with entirely new cells than I had the day before. Pretty amazing when you think about it. And when you really tune into that, Adam says, bro, I'm crying. You have the best speech. Hey, well, thank you. That's awful nice of you to say. Um, beats the opposite. Crying because of um, I sound so awful. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out which glasses I should wear. Hey, Finn, how are you? I'm glad you're here because now I have the chance to tell you um, your double fishing pole, episode. That was amazing, absolutely amazing. Let's see. Adam says, always believe in yourself. Well, thank you. I do my best. And these days, I try to believe in my deepest and truest self. Here's a mistake I made for, I don't want to say the first 30 years of my life, because when, between the ages of 0, or let's say 1 hour, and maybe 3 or 4, I was my truest, deepest self. And then you lose it as you get older because everyone starts telling you who to be. Teachers, parents, all of them mean well. But it takes you away from the actuality of who you are. We become someone instead of just being. And then we're always trying to become someone again and again and again. Someone different, someone better. So for, let's say, 20 plus years, almost 30 years, I was always trying to be some self that wasn't actually me. Finn says, howdy, Eric. And thanks, we can legally use 3, but as you saw, 2 is plenty. Man, I was impressed. I would have liked to see what would have happened with 3. It was funny watching you go back to the first one, and then you just reel it in a little bit just to make sure it was still there, and then you'd go over to the one that was fighting. Adam says, respect him. That's true. Sassy says, Sassy Piehole. That's an awesome title. That's an awesome channel name. So yeah, gonna be just 30 minutes. Hey, Sassy, I just subscribed to you, my friend. So, I was talking about spontaneity. Hey, William, how are you? And how can things feel spontaneous when I'm doing the same thing every day? I think a lot has to do with what I'm doing. I'm up at 2:27 every day. A lot of people say, man, why 2:27? Why not sleep in until 2:30? I don't know why 2:27. I seldom wake up with an alarm. I'm just up at 2:27. Let's see. Kelvin says, vote Trump, Vance, and Christ is Lord. I'll tell you something. I always keep my political discussions close to the vest. Whoever wins will be my president. And I hope they lead with love, compassion, and concern for everyone, regardless of party, regardless of status or anything else. So whoever that might be. Let's see. What did I miss? I am stuffed. Ate a lot. I am a perpetual glutton. What do you have today? You didn't miss much. I was saying why I was late, and 2, why it's a very short one. Another 20 minutes. I got AAA coming over to replace my battery in my car, obviously, because I can't charge my battery. I'm not sure if it will hold I'm not even sure it will hold a charge, and I can't drive around to make sure it does because I'm almost out of gas and I have expired tags. This is a car that I inherited from my father, and it's been a mix-up for almost 3 years now. Sassy says, how refreshing. And Roy says, we try to refrain from providing political statements. Yeah, we do. It's not that we don't talk politics. We sort of talk the essence of politics. What do we all want? You know, what do we want as a people? What do we want as individuals? Um, so that way everyone has a say, but it doesn't. As soon as I say, well, I'm voting for this guy, you and I have a division if we don't agree. As soon as we have a division, we either have to work on bridging it or we're perpetually apart. Where, man, look at the country. We're at war with each other. Ideologically, I should say. We're at war with each other. And it doesn't have to be that way. If we got down to essence, more than likely, we would all want the same thing. More than likely. And it might have some differences, but hey, you're allowed to have differences and you're allowed to work through them. Sassy says, how refreshing. Thank you. Hey, Sabine, how are you? Nice to see you. Adam says, bro, this is beautiful. Thank you, Adam. Let me visit Adam's channel real quick. I went ahead and subscribed, Adam, just to touch base. Our friend Squirrel Sniper is here. Squirrel says, greeting beautiful souls from across the pond, but under the same skies. How you doing, Squirrel? I hope the weather's better for you. William says, today was 6 ounce blueberries, 6 ounces raspberries, 1 banana, 1 piece of Omega Amazing, sprouted grain toast with half peanut butter, half pistachio paste I made. How is the excuse me? How is the pistachio paste? That was a hard thing for me to say. I think it was the electric smell that did me in. Hey, Linda, how are you? Sniper says, it seems that every country that has a financial system is divided at the moment. It is. It does seem that way. Smee says, I am fine, Eric. Yogi Eric, how are you? I'm doing pretty good. It's going to be a short live stream. 30 minutes total. I got people coming over to do something with my car. One step at a time. I got to get a safety inspection next week. William says, yesterday, and I have, and have you let your car idle for 20 minutes. Once it starts, you can see if you can hold a charge with that. Or the tech may have probe to test the charge of the battery. Yeah, he's going to do that. Unfortunately, I'm also almost out of gas. Because I didn't expect my car was going to sit this long. I thought I could just register my tags, but there was a mess up in the insurance. Not my insurance, but I was paying for my dad's insurance after he passed away. It's a long story. It's a mess. William says, so Sabine, how are you? Hey, Lucky, how are you? Bolo. I don't know what that means. Then it says, I'm good here for my mental health recharge. Well, I hope I can help with that. I hope we all can help with that. That's the reason why I refrain from overt political discussion. This guy versus this person. Because it doesn't do anyone's mental health any good whatsoever. Here's the mistake I was making. Trying to be a harbinger of peace in outer circumstances. Trying to offer peace to different groups and seeing if there was some way to things to be better. And I lost sight of one of the most important things that I always talk about. We can't change the inner world. Sorry, we can't change the outer world. Because the outer world is an effect of our projections. The outer world is a projection of what we're holding inside. So as long as I have any sense of division, any sense of separation, any sense of my ego being in charge, that's what I'm projecting outwards. And that's the world that I see. So how can I bring peace? How can I bring peace when my mind is still a little messed up? And this is coming from someone who's been meditating for 30 plus years and self-inquiry and yoga, all that fun stuff. That was the mistake I made. So I realized I got to turn back within. I got to do the deep forgiving work within myself so that the outer manifestation, so that what I perceive begins to change. It's not my job to bring peace to other people. It's my job to bring peace to myself. And therefore, I can extend myself in love in every situation. Let's see, where are we? Earth plants. Man, I love that name. Earth plants. Says hello, friend. Hello to you, my friend. Sniper says another day. Excuse me, guys. Of rain, but not so bad. Big western cedar, tiding, and deadwooding. Sounds like fun. I'm glad it's not quite so bad for you. Speed says hello to William. I am fine. How are you? Says hello to Squirrel Sniper. Linda says so true, Yogi. We can only change our behavior. This is true. And you know what? Even A Course in Miracles would say, don't seek to change your behavior. Seek to change the cause of your behavior. This is why New Year's resolutions seldom work. This is why diets only work for a short period of time, and then you go back to eating what you do, because the habits and behaviors are still in place. But when you turn within and you change the projections, why are you doing this? Then everything begins to change. This is why I always talk about forgiveness. And I hear from a lot of people, we're not ready to forgive, or someone else is still doing the things that irritate me or get me upset. It's not about the other person. There's a tremendous amount of emotional, mental, psychic, and spiritual energy that is wasted on not forgiving, because now we're projecting all the judgments, all the grievances, all the resentments that we have inside. They don't belong to the other person. They belong to us, because they can only be experienced in the mind that is thinking them. Another line in the Course in Miracles is, and it's very similar to Buddhism, but in fact, Course in Miracles is more similar to Buddhism than it is Christianity, that thoughts or ideas leave not their mind. So thoughts don't leave our mind. It's always an extension, which is why we see the world that we do. So if I'm harboring resentments, if I'm harboring grievances and judgments, the other person, not even affected. They don't care. Or if they do, it's not going to change them one bit. However, we're wasting so much energy that could be spent on creativity, on inspiration, on loving someone, of whatever, but we're wasting it. One says, I'm stuffed, ate like a glutton, and it was delicious. Hey, you know what? When you have delicious food, eat it. Sassy says, man, I love that channel name, Sassy Pyle. Wise words. Much appreciated. Sabine says, we just have had supper going. I totally can imagine how you feel. What was for supper, Sabine? I always like hearing Sabine and Timo. They are in Switzerland, so I always like hearing what people are having. Different parts of the country, different parts of the world. I thought I saw our friend. Oh, there he is, MF Dredson. Dredson, how are you? And BTSV is here. How How are you, my friend? Wanted to click on your channel. Sabine saying hi. BT says, Sabine, how are you? BT says, please contact my channel. Do you have email address and stuff? All right, let me catch up here, guys. BT says, Sabine, where are you from? And Sabine says, Greek feta cheese, baked, and rosemary potatoes. Nice. Sounds good. It sounds healthy. So let's see. I got about 9 minutes left. Hopefully this will not be expensive. Little things are adding up for a car that is not worth a whole lot of money. I have a sentimental attachment to it, as it's 2006 Honda CVR. It's my dad's car, so you know I'm attached to it a bit. Let's see. Olafly 14 says, yo, what's up? Hey, my friend, how are you? Nice to have you back. So I was talking about how things could feel spontaneous even though I do them every day. And when before I was so disjointed and disorganized, you would think things would feel more spontaneous then. But I think the difference is when you start, first when you start relaxing, when you're no longer clinging to everything having to be a certain way, when they end up being a certain way, they just feel spontaneous and natural. You see them arising, and you have so much love for what you're about to do that life flows, literally and always. In the absence of that, life can feel stagnant, as if, man, this again? I got to do this again? Seems like I just did it yesterday or the day before or a month ago. But when you're truly emotionally relaxed, things just happen. And even though it might seem like it's the same thing happening every day, it is amazingly not so. Hey, Ash, how are you? Olafly says, everyone is so kind today. They are. It's really nice. Sassy says, I'm going to head now. Thank you for your time. Hope to catch up with you again soon. Blessings to you and the chat. Thank you, Sassy, and I hope to catch up with you as well. Appreciate you spending time with me. Spending time with all of us. So I have about 6 minutes left. So before I go, do we have an inspirational quote from our friend Ash? So we started talking about, hey Kay, we started trading inspirational quotes. Actually, a long time ago, like a year, with Destiny and Odom's Homestead, we traded favorite Psalms. I'm not an expert on the Bible, but I do have favorite Psalms. Odom and Destiny had tons, and they shared it with us, and it was really cool. So every so often, we would trade our favorite quotes, things that were most meaningful to us. And most recently, Ash has been offering every visit something really deep and profound. Her own quotes, sometimes quotes from other people, sometimes from her mom and dad, but almost always from her. And they're spot on, amazing. Ash says, if someone cries, it's not because they're weak, it's because they have been strong for too long. Beautifully said. Kay says, I hope everyone is doing well today. Thank you, Kay. BT says, Kay Renee, hello. Hey, poor man, how are you? Man, poor man pulled up a huge 405 stiff-legged deadlift. Amazing lift. I'm going to bring that back up again. And it's, hey, I can't tell. Is that a thick-handled bar? And I missed your, I'll check it out after the live stream. I missed your trap bar. Flower's here. Hey, Flower. Poor man says, just got my ass kicked. Followed a Reaper earlier. Got 500 in. I'm freaking done. Yeah, Reaper will do that to you. Flower says hi, and then she says bye. Okay, says hi to Poor Man, to BT, Poor Man, Ash, Sabine, Dredson, and William. Poor Man says no standard bar. Because I was looking at the thumbnail, and from the angle, when I watched the short this morning, I thought it was a regular bar, and then I'm looking at the thumbnail, and I'm thinking, is that a thick bar? How did I miss that? You ever do any thick bar work? Hey guys, I only have about 2.5 minutes left. Aspen, hey Aspen, how are you? I'm here for for a bit. Friends coming over. Enjoy your time with your friends. I actually got to go in just a few minutes because car stuff. But I'll be live again in about 5:30 Eastern time. So 2 hours and 45 minutes or so. Optima, my friend, how are you? Hey, tomorrow is Premiere Sunday. If you guys can make it. Tomorrow's a big day. We got Jace going for 1,000 burpees. And in the evening, it is Optima Premiere, the best day of the week. Poor man says, hello, Renee, and what's up, Dredson? Oh, Ash says, quote above. There it is. I see it. Thank you. Don't allow people to treat you horribly just because you love them. Excellent advice. I hope you're writing this stuff down, Ash, as they come to you. Poor man says, I need to. Thinking about making a homemade thick bar. Nice. Reaper's doing 1,000 seals. Let's see. I had him up. See if I can find him. I'll tune again. I'll look for him in just a few minutes. All right, guys. So I got a part. Unfortunately, again, car stuff. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Sorry that it was a late. Well, it says, take care, Yogi. Just making my dog bacon treats. Nice. Should like that. Poor man says he's fine today. Yeah, I think this is his last day. He's on vacation. He's going to be going away. Okay, it says, poor Reaper, we are in triple digits here. All right. I'm on my way to support him. Ash says, sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. Very poignant. Optimop says, see Eric and chat. Thank you, Timo. Appreciate you being here, my friend. Ash says, another great live. She slides it in there before anyone else. Thank you, guys. I'm going to see everyone later today if you're around and you can hang out. Much appreciated. Speed says, have a nice Saturday, Yogi and chat. Take care. You too. See you guys.